Hello everybody. Conventional treatment of ectopic ureter is reimplantation. However, some cases of ectopic ureter are associated with malformation of bladder neck and may result in postoperative urinary incontinence. And ureteral reimplantation alone may not solve the urological problem. This unusual scenario has been described in literature in association of bilateral ectopic ureter but persistent urinary incontinence following surgical management of unilateral ectopic ureter with ureteral opening 8 or distal to bladder neck in girls has not been well addressed. This is the case of left ectopic ureter managed with left ureteric reimplantation, but the child continued to have persistent leak in the form of stress urinary incontinence postoperatively. And this is another case of right ectopic ureter with non-functioning kidney, underwent right nephroureterectomy, but the child continued to have persistent leak in the form of continuous urinary incontinence postoperatively. So, is there a way by which we can predict which child is going to have persistent urinary incontinence after successful correction of ectopic ureter? To address this question, we have evaluated risk factors and role of abdominal lymphoid pressure to predict incontinence following surgical treatment of unilateral ectopic ureter in girls. All the girls operated for unilateral ectopic ureter between 2005 to 2019 have been evaluated retrospectively. Parameters assessed included history, pre-operative imaging such as intravenous urography, MR urography, CECT abdomen, voiding cystoarthrogram, and findings of video urodynamics. Besides, we also recorded the intraoperative findings and persistent incontinence after surgery. There were total 25 young girls with mean age of 10.8 years. The patients were divided into two groups. Group 1 included the patients who continued to have incontinence after surgical intervention and the group 2 who remained dry after the surgical intervention. The important findings in group 1 were the location of ureteric orifice and configuration of the bladder neck. Ureteric orifice was located distal to bladder neck in 60% and bladder neck was open on cystogram in 90% of the cases. The most striking finding was that the abdominal leak point pressure was substantially low in group 1, that is less than 60 cm of water in 8 patients, as compared to 2 in group 2, with a mean of abdominal leak point pressure of 51.5 plus minus 15. Among the patients who continued to have incontinence post-operatively, most of the patients were managed with a bulking agent injected at the bladder neck in the form of dextronomer microspheres or silicone elastomer. So friends, to summarize, I state that more than 1/3 of the girls with unilateral ectopic ureter have varying degree of urinary incontinence when orifices are located 8 or distal to bladder neck, and this condition is more common if these patients are operated at later stage than younger childhood. We recommend the pre-operative assessment of abdominal leak point pressure in girls with unilateral ectopic ureter to precisely predict this distressing scenario. The same has an important role in patients' counseling. With this, I thank you all and please take care of yourself and loved ones in this pandemic.